one assignment here so that you will also clear how we can do that. Let's say my requirement is we would like to hire an employee. We'll take an HCM assignment. In fact, we can write this assignment in our profile also, and we can also go for explain in the interview point of view. We have involved in the promotions of an employee and manager, and also testing of the application, because it's our responsibility to test the application. Okay, so now we are going to hire 2 employees. One is a manager, another one is general employee we are going to hire. Okay, and we required a user account for both the employees so that this employees can log in to the applications and perform some actions over here. Okay, so then the next one is manager wants to promote this employee or transfer an employee. So manager would like to go for promote employee from grade 1 to grade 2. From grade 1 to grade 2. Okay, so that's a simple task we would like to perform right now. So that will be clear. So that we will be knowing that what are the roles required for hiring an employee, how to make one employee as a manager, and how to create an user accounts for both employee as well as for manager, and how the manager can log in, and what roles required to perform the promotions and upgrade the grades. That's all we are going to do that now. Okay, let's go to Navigator, and now we wanted to hire an employees. Go to my client groups. There is a new person. So which role is required when we want to hire an employee in Fusion applications? It's a standard question in the interviews they'll be asking us. Like, when I logged into the application but not able to hire an employee, what could be the reason? Or I'm not getting hiring process page at all. What could be the reason? The reason is you do not have access to the role called human resource specialist. Okay, so most of the modules, like if you take any module, there will be a 5 to 6 important roles. We should be very clear about those roles, and we should have a clear idea about those roles. Then we'll be able to customize those roles and create a new roles according to the requirements. Right now, this user is having the role called human resource specialist. So now we are going for hiring 2 employees. First, we'll hire a manager. Okay, first we'll hire a manager. Let's hire an employee and make that employee as a manager. Let's go for hire an employee here. Now we can find a hire employee page here. Looks like the instance is a little bit slow, so we can take up another instance. That's better. Go to my client groups and new person. We can go to Navigator, or we can do it from here also. We are going to hire an employee. In human capital management, whenever we are hiring an employee, we'll enter the information at 4 levels. One is at identification level, Another one is person information, employment information, compensation, and other information. So there will be a 4 tabs which we are going to use it. So we can specify the hire date, either previous one or current or future. I'm going ahead with the today date itself, and let me choose this for which legal employer you are hiring an employee. So I'm going to say that US1 legal entity, that. And what's the name of the manager? Let's say Satish is the manager. That's the name we are going to maintain here. Date of birth. There are some additional fields someone has customized this. No problem. Let's choose the few fields here. And we call this fields as flex fields. It's a simple customization. We can do it. When the organizations says that we would like to have additional fields in the page without doing the much customizations, we can work. It's very simple. In a couple of minutes, additional fields can be added and provide a list of values here. I'm selecting social security number for this employee here. And this should be the format. 9 digits format for the social security number here. And employee home address is mandatory here. We are going to provide here home address. I'm entering the home address here, zip code, New York home address over here. And click next button. We have a lot of other information: employee phone details, email details, and citizenship, passport, visas, and parents, spouse, or brother and sisters. Contact information can be captured here in person information tab, but those all are not mandatory. Home address is mandatory. So now here we are going to specify for which business unit you are going to hire an employee. Choose the business unit name. We are mentioning that we are going to hire this employee for US1 business unit. Choose the BU as US1 BU. And I'm going to say that we are hiring this manager. And choose the job here. Let's say he is human resource specialist here. Let me choose the job name. And now location, which location is going to work. And we can also specify this is very important field, working as a manager. So this field will tell to the system that this employee is one of the manager, so that we can mention it as yes. This is employee hiring process. And now we can find who is the manager for this. Even for managers also will have managers, right? That we can assign. For this manager, we can also have the manager. Let's say he is a line manager. And let's say there is separate manager we have for the project. Mitra Kumar is the project manager. So we are hiring an employee, and we said that he is working as human resource administrator, and he is also manager. And he is already reporting to 2 members. One is line manager, Curtis. Another one is Mr. Mitra, that's the project manager, right? So like this, we can specify the manager details over here. Okay, position name, we are not specifying, we are just mentioning the job name. Let's click next button. And salary information, I'm not going to specify anything here. Generally, we'll be talking about the salary setups and other things in the payroll related information here. Click next button. Go for submit. Now we hired an employee and we made that employee as a manager. Let me search we got employee name or not. Let's go to the tab called person management. Here we'll come to know the manager, Satish. Click search button. I'm not able to find this employee name. Showing still not completed. The process is not yet completed. There might be some approvals are pending. Where do we find in case if we are performing some transaction and all? There is a separate tab here. Go to Navigator, Transaction Console. Go to Navigator, Transaction Console, and go to the tab here. Remove this tab called Failed. Manager Satish. Okay, let's see the transaction status from here. And it's approved. It's approved by workflow system. It means it's auto approval. Just it takes a couple of seconds time to get it to this search page. Let's go to person management. Search for it. So what we have done right now, we hired an employee successfully and we made it as a manager successfully here. We have done it successfully. Here it is. Okay, now we are going back to our assignment. What is that? Next, we are going to have one more employee and assign this Satish is the manager for that employee. Let me hire one more employee. Let's go to new person here. Hire an employee. So I'm mentioning that he is an employee and specify the date of birth here, and some additional fields are added. Those are mandatory. If we look at here, star mark we have, that's why it's mandatory. Select the business unit. I'm hiring this employee as a clerk here. Let me choose the position as clerk. Now, Mr. Venkat is working as a clerk, and which grade? choose the grade here. Let's say there are 3 grades, admin 1, 2, 3. Let's say he's working as an admin 1. And he's not a manager. And I'm assigning Satish is the manager for this employee. Where do we assign? Here. You have to search for the record here, manager record, Satish. This is how we can go for assign the manager to the employees, right? So I'm getting this legal employer name, business unit and all. We need to do that setups. That's what actually we'll do it in the first module, global HR. Right now we are taking the existing records, but we'll be performing those things from the setups from FSM environment here. We have completed employee hiring process here. Let me search for employee here. Let's go to person management. Mr. Venkat. It's an employee. Let me search. Yeah, we can, the moment when we click on this search page, we'll come to know who is the manager for this employee. Where do we find manager? We can find here. If at all you would like to add additional manager, we can do it from here. Edit, update, and I'm going to add a manager. Let's go to managers region here. Let's go for add another manager. I'm adding some other James. Let's say he's a regional manager. Let's click review button. In the review tab, we'll come to know what was existing record and what's the new value we have provided, and we'll find other information. Let's go for complete this process here. So this is how we can hire an employees and as well as update the manager details for the employees. So 2 records we have done successfully. So what is the next one? We would like to have a user account for the employees. So it's very common requirement when we are implementing human capital management for the client. We are going to have the employees as well as the user accounts here. And this user accounts automatically generated here. So this user accounts information will get it from security console. Let's see that now. Now click done button. Let's go to navigator. Tools menu, security console. Go to the tab users tab. Here we can find the user account is generated for employee or not. So what are employee names here? Satish. Says Satish. Manager dot Satish. Last name dot first name. Generally system will consider, but some client says that we would like to have employee user account, means username is email ID, not the last name dot first name and all. Then we can do that. We can also go for edit and update that information. Here it is. Actually it comes format, username, which format system should take, that comes from the tab called user categories. In the user categories, we can specify the category username format here. So username creation, it should take first name dot last name, or this is one of the setup, whether you want to take employee name or person number, means employee number also you can take it as this. Here it is. Okay. So that's how we can go for specify the user account. But anyway, now it's taken last name dot first name. Let me reset the password. Manager is required, manager role, because roles are very important for every employee, because without roles, employees cannot do any actions. Okay. Now, by default, employee role is there. So generally, when we are doing role provisioning rules, we'll be specifying auto provision. Auto provision means the role will automatically updated for every employee. The role will be automatically updated for every employee. Okay. So that's how it will work. Right now, if you look at employee role is there, that's auto provisioned. It means that role is automatically assigned for every employee. While creating the role, we need to specify whether auto provisioning role or not. We'll be doing that when we are working with the security concept. We'll be talking about the roles as well as the security profiles, data roles and all. That time we'll discuss how to do that. It's very simple, but important. Okay. So he's a manager. Satish is the manager. So what I'm trying to do is I'm assigning the manager role also. So let me go for add line manager role here, so that he can access manager functionalities and he can perform manager level activities also over here. He can perform manager level activities also over here. Let me go for save and close. How about an employee here? Venkat. Take an employee dot Venkat. He's an employee, and let me reset the password. Default password, we have employee role here. Click done button. Now this is both we have employee as well as the manager. So now what we are trying to do is, let me just check both the credentials are working or not. First, employee is going to log in. Employee dot Venkat is the username. It's not working. Yeah. How the employee will come to know who is the manager for me? Our employee wants to access the self information, which department I'm working, which location and all. So we have already assigned employee role. He can go this complete functional area. We call it as employee role. So here employee cannot perform any new activities, but he can access the standard functionality like applying for a leave, checking the pay slips and volunteering options, conducting some leave apply and update celebrations and other things. And personal information also employee can access. Click on this personal information. And personal details, family and emergency contacts and other. Employment information is very important. Click this tab. In employment information, we can find those details here. Now, this employee is working for so-and-so company, means legal entity, so-and-so branch, is working as a clerk, and for this department, his grade is admin 01. That's his grade. and is working for so and so location, and this number, excuse me, person number, and his managers to whom he is reporting. He is reporting to Satish. He's the line manager, and James is the regional manager. We can find all the details here: salary and other compensation, seniority dates, employment history. The product is an excellent look and feel. We can find all the actions, whatever employee can perform. All this we can find here. Okay, now let's log in as a manager. This is employee logged. Now a manager is going to log in. Let me log in as manager here. Manager dot Satish. That's the username. I'm trying to log in here. Go to navigator. See, there are two roles here we have. One is employee role, which we have. Another one is line manager role, which we have. It means my team. So we have another role called my team. So Mr. Satish is a manager, and we also assigned the role called line manager. Without assigning the role, Satish also cannot access the application. Maybe he is a manager. Fine, no problem. But role is important. Without adding the role, he cannot access the application. So we added two roles. One is employee role, another one is line manager role. That's why both role functionalities are populated here. Okay. Somebody says that I hired an employee and made it as a manager, but I'm not getting my team functionality here. No. My team functionality comes only if you add a manager, line manager role to the employees. Otherwise, it won't come. Okay. Now let's go to my team. Of course, he can also check the personal information and other details. Just now we have seen. Now manager can check my team here. A manager can find who are reporting to him. There is only one person who is reporting to this manager. Mr. Venkat is reporting to him. And now manager would like to give the promotion for this employee. He want to promote from admin 1 to admin 2. You want to promote from admin 1 to admin 2. Okay. So these all actions can be performed. The manager can terminate this employee. He can transfer. He can see the calendar, and he can go for promote an employee, and he can get the feedback of an employee changing the salary. And again, the requirement will be in the project. This manager should not get all these options, he has to get only few options out of this. So then what we have to do, we need to work with personalization. Some of the things are possible by using personalization, but some of the things we have to go ahead with customization of the role. We need to customize the role and do it. Okay. So that's an important thing. It's very much important, especially when we are working in the support projects. After we implement the product to the client, then clients will start using the product. During the usage of the product, definitely will be getting the lot of changes, change requirements from the clients. That time we'll be doing that. Okay. Now we wanted to do the promotion. Let's click on the promote. Now Satish is going to promote an employee called Venkat. Now the system is going to ask us what promotion you are trying to do it for this employee. There will be some journey here. Journey is basically, it's a new concept introduced by Oracle before we try to perform some action. For example, let's say employee is applying for a leave. Then the system will show us about the different type of leave plans and properties of those particular leaves, so that we can find out. Same thing here. Are you promoting to management position? What do you need to know before you start? Review the internal pay equity across your team, because before you give the promotion, these all are the journeys you can go through, and finally you can take a decision. If manager says, I don't want it, journey is basically before you do some action, it will try to help you that these are the company terms and conditions. If you are not aware, or maybe you are not able to recollect those things, just go through once it is. We can start the journey. Okay. Otherwise, we can continue without journey. So I know all the things, and I decided to promote this employee, so I can go ahead. Our system is asking what information do you want to manage? When you say you want to give the promotion, you want to maintain the management details, or you want to give any compensation or salary, or exactly what you wanted to do that. So I wanted to go for, provide the management information, position. Only position I'm giving the promotion, not the salary or any other things. Click next button. So when does the promotion start? Okay, the promotion, it should start from January 2024. Let's say January 2024. What's the way to promote? So you want to do promotion. So why are you promoting employee Venkat? Why are you promoting this employee? Yeah, his performance is good, or some reorganization within the company. We are shuffling the employees and all. So then that's the reason we are trying to do it, or some internal recruitment we have. That's the reason we are performing that. So we try to do some employees got good performance. Yes, Pragyan, that's the reason we are trying to do this. Click continue button. Our position is clerk, and grade is right now admin 01. I'm promoting him to. Okay. So what system is showing? Admin 02 grade is not part of the US salaried grade ladder. It's an warning message we are getting. Not a problem. We can still continue. Any management details you want to do? No, nothing. Just go for submit. Now it's done successfully. Employee manager has promoted this employee successfully. And now we wanted to see the record, whether it's done or not. Generally, you will find the notification here. If the promotion has done successfully, we'll find the notification here. And we can also find the tools and transaction console. Let me just log out, and we'll log in as an admin user and cross check. Now we are going to log in as a HR admin, and we just wanted to check the process as done or not. So for this, we'll go to Navigator, Tools menu, Transaction console. Remove the status called failed, because it will be showing the failed statuses. Now promotion transaction is done. Let me check the transaction status. Yes. See, Who has done the promotion? This Satish has done the promotion transaction, and it's waiting for approval. It's waiting for approval from the employee called Curtis Fitty. So there is a management approval. Now Curtis Fitty has to approve or reject this transaction. So as I said, approvals are very important in global HR module, where we will be configuring management hierarchy and other approval options, right? So this promotion activity required approval from the manager. It requires approval from the manager. That's the reason we are going to have this. Let's see that. Go to Navigator. Now Curtis Fitty should log in. Otherwise, we will not be able to get it. Let me reset the password for Curtis Fitty employee. Now Curtis Fitty is going to receive a notification here. I can see that there is a notification here, right? Is action required. Promotion for employee Mr. Venkat. Do you want to approve it or not? So now Curtis Fitty can take a decision whether he want to approve it or reject. Let's see, he's going to approve. Before that, if Curtis wants to know what exactly this is, he can click on the notification. This all comes from the workflow notifications. We'll be talking about this BPM process and all, complete workflow transactions, how the notifications will be sent, how we will be defining the vacation rules. In case if the employee is on leave, then how it can be reassigned or designated to some other employee. That's all vacation rules we'll be discussing in our training. Right now it's showing that current grade is this, proposed grade is this, and for this employee, who is the manager? Satish. And who are the approvers? Manager Satish has already done, waiting for approval from you only. Stay approved. Now Curtis also has approved successfully this year. It's telling that, okay, go ahead with that. Now let's log out from here. Now Venkat is going to log in. And he can check the personal details, whether he got promotion or not. Employment information. Still is admin 01 only. Because we said that the promotion, it happens from 1st January 2024, not from today, right? Not from today. So that's employee hire date is today and manager change is fine, but a grade will be updated in future dates here. It's not from today. And now employee details. Let me just check from here. Now let me just log in as an admin and we'll check whether future date information is updated or not. I'm going to log in as an implementation user. And go to navigator, my client groups, person management. I just wanted to check the promotion has been initiated for Mr. Venkat or not. Okay. So here, search for employee Venkat. Now I'm going to update this record. Let's see. Now this grade, it is still showing it is admin 01. That's the grade, right? Admin 01. That's fine. Let's go back to the search page here. And I wanted to check from 1st January 2024 onwards, what could be the other? 1st January 2024. Click search button. Venkat. Verify the grade. Now we can find admin 2. So while searching this record, we have to specify the date, effective on date that we have to specify, so that the system will choose exactly the record. So that's a future record actually. So we have done that promotion, but that will be effective from 1st January 2024. So while searching the employee information here, we have to specify as of date. So as of date today, still employees working for admin 01 grade only. Only from 1st January 2024, he is going to be right and the second grade. Right, this, and we in fact we can find the history also, the employment history. When we hired, yes, so and so date we hired, and of course we also updated the manager on the same day. We added project manager or resource manager additional, and we given the promotion, but promotion will be active from 1st January 2024. Okay. So this is how we will go for specify an assignment. It's very important. We have covered hiring process and user account details and checking the transaction console and workflow notifications and promotions and the employee role, line manager role, and also the admin human resource specialist person assignment. Okay. So this is how it will work in this. Fine. So this is how it will be performing the assignments in the global HR point of view. This very simple assignment. This is not that much complex. We'll be doing a lot of things in our training. Okay. Thank you.